speaking of the three-letter agency that we've been mentioning, the FTC, and the FTC has fined Lyft for $2.1 million for misleading drivers on earnings.
Yeah.
My thoughts on this is pretty simple. I think this is a giant nothing burger. I think if you're going to impose a $2 million fine, that's just a little tap on the wrist, like, oh, you did bad, you bad little boy, like something like that. But in actuality, I mean, I honestly think that the reality is they weren't really that misleading. Sure, it might have had thought that the top fifth drivers, that's what they were basing it on. So if they were saying up to, well, that's your words right there, up to 40 an hour. If you're expecting, 40 an hour, you're expecting that as your base. No, that's your ceiling, bro. That's what you got to figure out. So I think that's more of a personal problem and not being able to comprehend what you're reading. The thing though that I think should have been explained a little bit more and looked at is probably the earnings guarantee, because yeah, that can be very confusing for some people.
Yeah.
Even though we try to explain it as best we can, there's a lot of people that just don't watch. I mean, how many millions of drivers do they have versus how many subscribers or viewers there are?
Yeah.
And there's people who don't watch YouTube. There's people who don't watch Facebook. There's a lot of different things. So a person who just decides to go on says, "Hey, I need to make some extra money. Hey, there's this great $950 guarantee, or bonus or whatever it might be if I give X amount of rides." Well, you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to get $945, 950, but in actuality, you're going to get the difference on that. So I think some of those things can be a little bit misleading in that aspect. But when it comes to the earnings that a driver could potentially make, the reality is a driver could potentially make that. It's just
Well,
that
20
it's
and
not
20%
necessarily
we're
going to be
making
like,
that.
yeah, and it's
20%
not
we're making that. But to me, Chris, for all the shady shit we have figured out over the last 2
there's
years
so much
now,
more they should go after.
for all the shady shit we have figured out, right? Proven, got the driver's money, right? This was
Yep.
like anticlimactic, really. Like, okay, what about it? I get it. I get the guarantee part. Plus, a lot of people. I mean, look, sometimes the language in the Uber app when they send you an in-app message, it looks like it's written by I don't even know who, right? Definitely not a driver, right? Because they make it so convoluted. You can't even just put it in English, bro. But anyway, so yeah, for me, this I agree with you. Not a nothing burger. I mean, keep them on their toes, kind of a thing. And I tweeted this out. I go, "Is Uber next?" And Uber, yeah, I definitely. I mean, Uber does so much shady stuff that I'm going
Oh yeah.
like, this is just the
Well,
tip of the iceberg.
the
This is
next
nothing.
topic that we're going to be talking about could potentially be something that could trigger the FTC to investigate. But here's the thing: we have shown time and time again. I've posted this on X. We've made videos on this. When it comes to earnings, specifically when it comes to upfront fares and when it comes to bonuses on top of those upfront fares, where they adjust the base pay, and we have a number of different resources that we can point to that. So like one will have a $275 dollar attached surge to it, and you look at it from somebody who doesn't even have a surge attached to it to the person that does, and there's maybe 10 cents difference between the two's pay. So these types of things I think really need to be looked at a lot more, because if they're telling you, hey, we're going to give you a $5 bonus, but in actuality, we're going to lower the base fare to offset that. So now we're only paying you $3 extra instead of the full $5, and we're going to pocket two because we lowered the base fare too. I think something like that is uh, a lot more egregious when it comes to what the FTC should be looking into and really focusing in on. Because if you're saying, hey, I'm going to give you X dollar bonus or X percentage bonus, it should not be balled together and then again the base fare being lowered. That should not be happening. It should be in addition to. We've found this with surge pricing and primetime pricing for both Uber and Lyft. We've seen this on the Boost Plus. We've seen this on the percentage increase for Turbo. We've seen this on pretty much every bonus under the sun, including on tips, which shouldn't be touched at all. That should be 100% to the driver. And we've seen on reservation rides that have tips involved that they will manipulate the base fare to lower that and then say, oh, I'm sorry, it was just a glitch. I didn't realize that. Our algorithm must be weird. No, your algorithm is working exactly as intended. You just didn't think somebody would find it. Guess what? We're here. So
yeah, I agree with you. And I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. And if now we have new fans, let's say at FTC, and you guys are watching, you know where to find me. And then, look, my issue is not with Uber and Lyft. My issue is I can't stand shady stuff, right? And then when we discover it, right? Oh, sorry, here's a couple of $1 million. No, let's not do like that. I mean, you got caught with the hand in the cookie jar. We don't want to do that. We want to straighten this stuff out. And again, so much more stuff that goes on. This is child's play, FTC. Seriously, this is child's play compared to what we've discovered over the last 2 years. So, but again, we have elections coming up, bro. So yeah,
I think this is more political optics than anything, especially with where things are going, what things are looking like. I mean, next week is election day, and that could change the course come January 20th.
Could be gone because none of the VC bros like Lena Khan and the existing FTC. So we'll see. But that's after next few months. So yeah, it's not a nothing burger, but it's definitely I don't know. I have no idea if other investigations are going on, and we'll see. When they do drop, we'll break it down and bring it to you guys.
Hey everyone, Sergio here with the Rideshare Guy. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past 1.5 years, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your account where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
Yeah, all in all, I think it's a giant nothing burger. And I mean, having some of those bonuses cleared up, probably a better idea. They are a little confusing, but when it comes to the earnings, the potential's there. It's just a matter of what are you doing to get there. If you're expecting that to be what you're going to make, no, it says up to 40 an hour, up to 35 an hour, whatever it might have been. Yeah, there are drivers that are making that and exceeding that. That's the median of the top 20%. So there are drivers that are making more than that. It's just a matter of, are you able to do that? And then you expect that you're going to be making $40 an hour when it says up to. But the reality is there's a lot more nuance behind that. So the problem is there's so many people who are just first order thinkers, and they're just surface level thinkers. They don't think anything beyond that. And I've come to the realization of that more and more. There's not a lot of critical thinkers out there, and it just shows. So I understand, but I think it's a big nothing burger, and I think it's something that honestly, the reality is, what are they going to do? Change a couple of words around, and that's it.
We'll see. Stay tuned.
Bonus.
Stay tuned, baby. Stay tuned.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you get notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.